I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sonny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud, and I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury?
Sonny's in deep trouble, like nearly bankrupt kind of trouble, and that's just the start. Her husband, arrested in a massive $450 million fraud case tied to RICO charges. So how did this once powerful couple end up here? Stick around. This story's only getting crazier. And trust me, the way it all falls apart is something you've got to see.
You're married. Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. But let's just not forget who she is. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures. And look at her track record. How many times does she have to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology for all the stuff that she said on the show? And then she also, on Trump's win, calling the loss because of uneducated white women that Trump won.
We have to know that. This is accused.
All accused. Yeah, all accused. But he's in the RICO. This is a big RICO case that her husband's in.
Sonny Hostin probably figured her biggest drama would stay on The View, breaking down political scandals. But this is next level. When even The View needs outside drama to keep things interesting, you know it's serious. Now, it's not Sonny's opinions making waves, it's her husband. He's an orthopedic surgeon, but the real headline, he might be pulling them both into a serious legal and financial mess.
Orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sonny Hostin is accused in December. Lawsuit fraudulently billing insurance. By the way, this is a Daily Caller story I'm reading. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Wow.
Sonny Hostin's lawyer, Daniel, isn't backing down. He's called the lawsuit groundless, not once but twice, claiming it's a desperate move by a nearly broke insurance company trying to bully doctors and cut healthcare coverage. At the center of it all, allegations that Hostin carried out unnecessary surgeries after minor accidents, skipping less risky treatments. The insurance company, American Transit, is firing back too, blaming New York's 1974 no-fault laws for fueling a wave of insurance fraud. Now picture this. You show up for what seems like a regular day at the hospital and boom, you're hit with a $450 million racketeering lawsuit. And for Sonny, it's a brutal twist. Her husband's accused of running one of the biggest insurance scams in the country, while she spent years on The View speaking out on ethics and justice. That's a tough fall from the high ground.
The View co-host Sonny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page Six, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer-influenced and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers.
Here's the deal. Dr. Hostin is being accused of pocketing kickbacks for surgeries that might not have even been necessary. We're talking knees, shoulders, anything pricey that looks good on an invoice. Meanwhile, insurance companies were stuck footing the bill, in some cases for procedures that may not have happened at all. It's the classic scheme, just dressed up in a white coat. Thought he was fixing your knee? Turns out he might have just been padding his bank account.
What do you always say? It's always the people that always do the pointing, and it always comes back to them, all right? So when you said this is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York, you guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia case. Like the mafia one was number one. This one takes it over. So he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickback.
And it gets even messier. While Dr. Hostin's being accused of cashing in on questionable surgeries, Sonny's trying to hold on to her polished image from The View like it's her safety net. You'd think someone who spent years breaking down scandals on TV would be ready when the spotlight hits home, but so far it's been mostly silence and dodging. It's like she's hoping the legal storm will pass quietly while she practices her shocked and appalled face for when things really explode. But let's be honest, if Sunny thinks this can be brushed off as a private family matter, she's missing the mark. When your husband's name shows up in one of New York's biggest RICO cases, it's not time for no comment. It's time to face reality. Step back for a second and take it all in. We've seen political scandals, celebrity chaos, you name it. But this is something else. We're talking fake surgeries, health insurance fraud, and a surgeon husband allegedly running a full-on crime ring. It's less The View and more Grey's Anatomy, RICO edition. You couldn't script this if you tried.
Guys, this is why we need to seriously have a long, lengthy conversation about healthcare in the United States of America. This is basically it. So Sunny Hostin's husband was basically charged with insurance fraud. What he was doing was doing like fraudulent surgeries and then overcharging the insurance companies for him. This is what this is. So now, of course, he's now being named along with about 200 other individuals in a federal RICO charge case.
Forget The Godfather. This is Grey's Anatomy if the surgeons were moonlighting as mob bosses. And yeah, it's easy to paint insurance companies as the bad guys. They're not exactly known for compassion. Need a life-saving procedure. Here's a denial letter and a good luck. But accuse them of fraud, and suddenly they turn into legal bulldogs, ruthless and ready to fight. The wild part? In this case, they're the ones claiming to be the victims. Victims of a doctor's greed. Let that sink in. We're being asked to feel sorry for insurance companies. Now that's a plot twist. And of course, The View couldn't stay out of this one. The irony? Almost too perfect. Sunny, known for grilling guests, demanding answers, and standing up for justice, is now avoiding the very spotlight she used to aim at others. Her husband is just one of 180 defendants in a massive lawsuit accusing them of draining insurance companies for millions. Money that just maybe should have gone toward real patient care, not personal profit.
I've been waiting my whole life for this one. Orthopedic surgeon and husband for The View host Sunny Hostin has been named in a federal lawsuit alleging insurance fraud. She got on television. She got in. She run these women. Tell me why she got her husband is named in a lawsuit in insurance fraud. And I'm gonna show you exhibit. Let me say exhibit B. Can you show this to the jury? Roll it, Nick.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband.
Sunny's playing it cool, staying quiet, dodging questions, and doing her best to look untouched by the chaos closing in around her. She's hanging on to that polished image, the sharp, principled voice of reason who's way too refined to be caught up in a scandal this messy. But let's be real. This isn't just a drizzle, it's a full-blown monsoon of legal drama. While Sunny's sipping coffee on The View and firing off takes on the world's problems, her husband is allegedly deep in a scheme draining insurance companies for millions. We're talking unnecessary surgeries, sky-high kickbacks, and deals so shady they'd make Tony Soprano raise an eyebrow. And no, this isn't just about Dr. Hostin. That would be too easy. The lawsuit pulls in a huge cast of characters, doctors, clinics, even entire hospitals. It's like the mob swapped out their loan books for medical charts. According to American Transit Insurance, the company footing the bill, they were scammed out of millions, paying for surgeries that never happened, weren't needed, or were just an excuse to cash in. And now? They want their money back. But hang on, it gets even juicier.
Last week, we learned that Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Hostin, was named in a lawsuit filed by American Transit Insurance Company. He's one of 200 people named in this lawsuit, and they are accusing him of filing fraudulent insurance claims and also getting kickbacks from them. And it's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history, and they're seeking $450 million. And Sunny and her husband, they are fighting back. They've hired legal eagle Mark Garagos to help them fight this case, and they're claiming that this is completely baseless.
Dr. Hostin's attorney isn't holding back. He's calling the whole lawsuit a desperate Hail Mary from an insurance company on the verge of collapse. Classic legal move. Get caught, then flip the script. Fraud? No, you're the fraud. It's a defense as old as time, and let's be honest, it's always a bit of a show. Now, back to Sunny. The silence from her. Loud. And if you know her, that's not normal. This is the same woman who lights up The View with bold takes, grills politicians, and calls out scandals without blinking. But now, not a word. Nothing about her husband, the charges, or the growing legal firestorm. So what's the play here? Is she trying to stay above it all, or hoping it just quietly disappears before it wrecks her image? Either way, that's wishful thinking. This isn't some small family issue. It's a full-on prime-time scandal. And instead of cheating or backstabbing, the plot centers on an alleged illegal surgery ring worth hundreds of millions. You can almost hear the dramatic music rising. Everyone's watching and waiting for the next bombshell.
Anna went in a different direction. But I love the fact that, you know, Manny is younger and he's
How much younger is he?
Just a little bit.
He's like 1 year, isn't he? Like a month or a year or 10 years?
5 years. It's more than a year.
Oh.
Anyway, it's not about me. I think.
Oh, no.
I think that it's very helpful that he's handy, and when we travel, I'm not picking up any bags. He's the one that's hefting them overhead. He throws the garbage out.
Right.
He does the heavy stuff.
Let's be honest. This isn't just some juicy celebrity scandal. This is shaping up to be a billion-dollar disaster. If the claims are true, we're looking at one of the biggest medical fraud cases in recent memory. And it's not just Dr. Hostin caught up in it. This thing reaches deep. Doctors, hospitals, insurers, even patients who had no idea what they were part of. It's like a heist movie, but instead of bank vaults, the money came from bloated medical bills and unnecessary surgeries, slowly draining the system one claim at a time. So what's really going on here? At the heart of it, this scandal is a brutal reminder of just how broken our healthcare system is. A system where profits too often outrank patient care. Where the scalpel isn't just a tool, it's a business strategy. Is this the kind of system we want? One where ethics take a backseat to earnings? Because if this is Sunny Hostin's version of justice, someone hand me the remote, we've clearly flipped to a late-night infomercial. But let's not pretend the blame stops with the doctors. This isn't happening in a bubble. It's a symptom of a system so flawed, it practically begs to be exploited. Insurance companies, they're no saints either. Denying treatment, jacking up rates, and then acting shocked when someone turns the game back on them. In the end, it's regular people, the patients, who pay the real price. Just trying to get care in a system that's sick from the inside out.
I have a totally different perspective on this. I don't really know what happened with this. The facts will come out. What I have a problem with is the core of who this woman is. Unlike you, I don't watch The View, bro. All I do is see clips. I know
It's just like twice a day.
Here's all I hear from her. America's violent. America's racist. America's bad. Okay. I challenge you, Sonny, and this is Constantine Kissen actually was saying something about this. Find me a country that's not racist.
As for Sunny, she might want to start preparing a new opener for The View. Folks, healthcare's a mess, and so is my personal life. Because let's face it, when your reputation's taking a nosedive, sometimes the only thing you've got left is an audience willing to pretend everything's fine. Here's hoping this court case wraps up soon, because the suspense is giving everyone whiplash. To be clear, Dr. Hostin hasn't been convicted of anything yet, but the allegations are serious. And the longer this drags on, the more The View might start looking like the calmest place in Sunny's life. Who would have guessed that after all the drama the show's seen, the real plot twist would be a RICO case, insurance fraud, and a co-host who's wondering whether bankruptcy or divorce is the better option? So here we are, Sunny Hostin's career on fire, her political platform front and center, and now she's smack in the middle of what could be one of the wildest scandals in TV history. And at this point, all she can do is sip her coffee, stay quiet, and pray the courtroom chaos doesn't cost her more than just her spot on set. What's next for Dr. Hostin? Buckle up. This legal rollercoaster isn't slowing down, it's just hitting the loops. Will he walk away with a clean record and a smug grin, or are we about to witness a downfall so dramatic it could be a movie script? 1 minute he's dodging legal bullets, the next, bam, another twist that has everyone asking, wait, what now? Every day, it feels like peeling back another layer of this scandal onion. And let's be real, we're all just watching in disbelief and wondering what's coming next. You almost expect him to stroll into court in a leather jacket, sunglasses on, and announce, "This is just the beginning, baby." And who knows? With every new leak, every surprise witness, and each wild defense strategy, the drama just keeps building. Did he really think no one would notice a multi-million-dollar surgical scam? It's like watching a slow-motion car crash. Chaotic, painful, and you can't look away. And as for Sunny, she's not exactly looking too comfortable. Sure, she can still toss political jabs on the panel, but sooner or later, this mess is going to catch up with her polished image. The whole untouchable moral compass act doesn't quite hold up when your spouse is allegedly running a fraudulent medical empire. So, will Dr. Hostin walk free with a reservation at a steakhouse and a fresh haircut, or will this spiral even further with surprise witnesses, backdoor hospital deals, and courtroom drama worthy of an Emmy? Spoiler alert. If you're expecting a heartwarming legal victory, think again. This case isn't wrapping up with a neat bow, it's unraveling thread by thread. It's dramatic, messy, and real life, which, let's face it, is always crazier than anything a writer could come up with. Honestly, this isn't just a scandal. It's the real-life version of The Bold and the Beautiful, only with more knee surgeries and fewer love triangles.